Good morning. Welcome back. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. It is March 23rd, 2020. Today is Monday. Thank you for joining us. We're back for session 2. If anyone wants to revisit any of the lessons from last week, they are available on this Facebook page, but they are also now available on my YouTube. I was able to download them and put them on my YouTube. So if you want to go back and check out past lessons that maybe you didn't know were being streamed and you want to catch up with some of the things that we've done, you can check out my YouTube channel, KinderCavs, or you can revisit this page to see the videos. Either place you're watching us, hi, and we're so happy you're here. I'm so thankful that we're able to stay connected during this time and that we're here to help each other out. How many of you were able to join Miss Conti today for her in-home PE class? I think she was teaching on kickboxing today. How cool is that? So every day this week, her goal is to feature different types of things you can do to stay fit and exercise. But that was really cool. Hi, Logan. Thank you for joining us. I'm so happy you're back with us. Thanks for being here. Julie wants to say hi to everybody. Hi, everybody. Hi. Those of you who don't know my daughter, this is my daughter, Juliana. She's in 7th grade. And she's going to be sitting at her desk while we're working and doing her schoolwork. There she goes. Awesome. So before we get started and while everybody's joining up, I'm a big advocate for trying new things. I think that sometimes we get nervous, right? And we don't want to try new things because it's uncomfortable. But sometimes when we're uncomfortable, we try new things and it can end up being great. You know, like I was really, really nervous about being on live video recording. And it made me nervous at first. But every day it gets a little bit better and I'm less nervous. I still get a little nervous every day and every time right before I press go live, just so you know. And I take my deep breaths and I relax my body and, you know, here we go. And now we're able to help learners all over the place come together and learn together. How awesome is that? How incredible. So it's not just for my class, it's for so many other kids. Think about how awesome that is. We all get to work together. Hi, Applegates. Hi, Cordillas. Thanks for joining us. Hi, Brian. So speaking of new things, so not only is this new, remember I told you to get outside this weekend? You know, it is spring. So I tried something new. Do you want to see what I did? Hold on. Okay. See if you can figure out. You might not know from the first clue. There's some interesting shoes, right? Look at. Any idea what these shoes are for? What if I showed you this? What do you think I did? Did you say ride a bike? All right. So you all know I love riding my bike. I ride my beach cruiser all the time. I talk about it all the time. But I ride a beach cruiser. And that's just like casual ride around, you know. But I rode a different kind of bike this weekend. And I was really scared at first. But I listened and I learned. I had to wear these special shoes on my feet. And these shoes on this special bike actually clip into the pedals. So your feet are stuck on the pedals. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. But I listened, I paid close attention, and I followed the directions, and I was able to figure it out. And the reason you clip in on a bike like that is because it goes a lot faster. So I had to wear my safety equipment, my helmet, you wear bright colored clothes so the cars around you can see you. But I tried it, and I really liked it. I thought I wouldn't. And the fear that I had at first and the nervousness, it went away. I tried something new. How cool is that? Mr. Darrell's happy because we all know Mr. Darrell rides his bike like this all the time, every day. He loves it. And I swore I would never do it. So never say never. I tried something new. Try something new. Isn't that awesome? And some of you tried Conti Fit today. You guys checked out my friend, Christine Conti, and you did her gym class today. They were doing kickboxing. So that's so cool. You did kickboxing. Hi, Christian. Want to make sure I said hi to my friends, Brian, Christian, Lexi, Liam. The Cordilla family is here. Logan is back. All right. Is that Brenda? Hi, Brenda. I'm so happy you're here. So I want to start off with problem solving from Friday. Do you remember Friday's problem? It had to do with JJ. So here's the problem. JJ had 7 fish. He put some in the living room tank and he put some in his pond outside. How many fish could be in the tank and in the pond to make 7? So I'm going to show you a couple ways to solve. My friends sent me some ways to solve. Awesome. And I'm going to show you pretty much what they did, how you can solve this problem. So before we solve, we have to make sure we understand the problem. That's the most important step. So we know that JJ has how many fish? He has 7 fish. So that's the most important piece of information we need to know. There's 7 fish and that some go in the pond and some go in the tank. So I'm going to tilt my camera down. Are you ready? To my workspace right here. Hope everybody can see. So here's my fishies. I'm going to use these as my fishies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's my 7 fish. I'm going to make a tank. I'm just going to make a rectangle. That'll be the living room tank. And then I'm going to make a circle to represent the pond outside. So I know that some of those fish need to go in the tank and some of those fish need to go in the pond. There can be lots of different combinations. So I'm going to start with one that one of my friends sent me. How many fish are in the tank? Did you say 5? Excellent. So I have 5 there, right? And then how many fish are in the pond? Yes, 2, because we have to use all the fish. I can't leave some over here. We have to use all 7 fish because that would only be 6 fish. And then this fish, you wouldn't have a home and he needs to be in some water. So now we have 2 here. So 5 plus 2 equals, what did you say? 7. Awesome. So that's one combination. 5 plus 2 is 7. So there's 5 in the tank in our living room and 2 in the pond outside. All right, I'm going to show you another one. I'm going to slide my fishies all back up here. All right, and here's another one. Can you help me? What would the equation be? Try to figure out what the equation would be for this. We have some here in the tank and some here in the pond. So how many are in the tank? There are 3 in the tank. 3. And then we need our plus sign down and across. And how many are in the pond? 4. So let's read what we wrote. 3 plus 4, what goes next? Yes, our equal sign equals 7 across the sky, down from heaven. That's how we make a number 7. So those are just 2 of the many combinations you could have made for 7. You could have done 6 plus 1 equals 7. You could have done 5 plus 2 equals 7. You might have had all different ones. So those of you who didn't send me your responses, go ahead and send me your responses. I'd love to see how you solved. Do you want to see today's problem of the day? All right, let me clear my slate here so I can show you. Oop. All right, here's the new problem. It's about JJ again. All right, so 5 pancakes were on my table. JJ ate 3. How many are on the table now? So remember, you need to understand the problem, which I will type it in the comments so you have access to it. What is the problem asking us? We need to understand. Then we have to draw a picture or make a model to show the whole story. All right, and then to finish it off, don't forget that last step. I know some of you have not been doing that last step. I need you to write your equation. I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see your answers. So I'll put them on Twitter. I'll put them on our Facebook story. I can't wait to see your work. And if you send me your work, I'm going to celebrate you. I'm going to put you on our Facebook page. You're going to be the shining star. All right. 5 pancakes were on the table. JJ83, how many are on the table now? Excellent. So I'm going to get my camera moved again. So bear with me as I shuffle things around because I want to move on to our story. And I want you to be able to see the book and me. Let's see. And there's my friends. Hello, everyone. I'll have to take a picture and send you guys so you can actually see what Miss Kavanaugh's classroom studio looks like now. All right, I want to make sure our lighting is correct so we can see what's going on here. All right. Lighting seems to be our biggest issue. All right, so we were talking about this big word. I love big words. Do you love big words? Love them. Does anyone remember this crazy big word that's really hard to spell? Onomatopoeia. Can you say it? Onomatopoeia. Awesome. Oh, Catherine's here. Hi, Catherine. Hi, Teresa. Hi, Killian. All right. Onomatopoeia. Guess what? Onomatopoeia was in our last book. They were sound words. And Miss Kavanaugh showed you some examples of how I did my sound words. I have bang, roar, drip, drop, and I said, make a poster. I can't wait for you guys to share your posters with me with all your sound words. Sound words are so cool. If you watch superheroes, if you like superheroes, there's a lot of sound words. Bang, bam, bash, zing, boom. Love sound words, so cool. Achoo! Even that's a sound word. Buzz. Onomatopoeia. Sound words, really cool. All right, so today I have a new story. And in this story, what I want us to think about while we read is what the problem in the story is. I want to focus on problem and solution. So what the problem is and how the problem is solved. You guys are going to figure it out. It's super duper easy to find problem and solution because we have problems every day that we solve, right? All throughout the day, there's a problem and we figure out a solution and we work through it. All right, so this is one of my favorite book series. Oh, and hi, Christian. Thanks for joining us. Are you ready? It's one of my favorite book series. My class has heard some of them, but I don't think we've read this one together. Are you ready? Skippy John Jones. I love this character. He's so funny and so cute. Skippy John Jones, Class Action. This book is written by Judy Schachner, and Skippy is such a cool character. He is a Siamese cat who happens to think he's a Chihuahua. Yeah, a cat that thinks he's a dog. And he speaks a little bit of Spanish and a little bit of English, and he's really funny and silly, and I love him. So I really am excited to share this book with you today. So let's take a look. I think I have to get my positioning a little better for us to read here. There we go. All right, Skippy John Jones, Clash Action. And this lighting is not very good. Skippy John Jones was just dying to go to school. Look at Skippy John. He's in the bird bath. Oh my goodness. I'm going to have to turn the light. I want you guys to be able to, I think this might work out better. All right. And nobody, not even his mama, was going to stop him. But she did by the scruff of his neck. Look, she picked him up by the back of his neck. You ever see cats and dogs do that? School is for the dogs, stated Mama Junebug Jones emphatically. They're unruly and drooly, she added dramatically. And listen to that barking. Those hounds sound ferocious. Uh-oh. So Skippy wants to go to school with the dogs. And there's plus, uh-oh. For some reason, my dog's barking. Sorry. Hi, Brenda. Plus, a bus full of dog breath would smell so atrocious. Good golly, Pop Lolly, it's such a no-brainer. If there is a good dog, it's because of its trainer. Oh. His mama gently nudged her nugget into his room. Then she added, "You're Skippy John Jones, a smart Siamese cat. Take a look in the mirror if you don't believe that." "He looks in the mirror every day," said his sisters, Jezebel, Jillyboo, and Jujubee. "But all he sees is chihuahuas." I think they're little, because instead of saying chihuahuas, they said chihuahuas. "Arf, arf," barked Jujubee. After his family left him to think that Chihuahua did exactly what his mama suggested, but not before he bounced around his room with some books. "Oh, I'm Skippy John Jones, and I don't get the fuss. It's not like a pigeon is driving the bus." Then he climbed up his sister's kitty condo ladder for a peekaboo in the mirror. Let's see what he does. "Holy Julio," squealed Kitty Boy. "How many chihuahuas am I?" he wondered out loud. Then he took a deep breath, and using his very best Spanish accent, he answered, "As many as your head can handle, hombre." And look, he's looking in the mirror. And do you see in the mirror, it's not kitties. He sees chihuahuas. And quicker than you can say, the Cat in the Hat never did that. The Kitty Boy tossed his mask and his cape and a bright yellow banana into his mochila, and then he buttoned up his red plaid shirt. He began to sing in a muy soft voice. So do you see how Skippy's using some Spanish in there too, so we understand? So if you look at the picture, it says that he put his banana and his cape in his mochila. What do you think that is? And it says he began to sing in a muy soft voice. Yeah, very soft. How cool is that? Good morning, Aunt Shannon. My aunt's here. "Oh, my name is Scapito Fresquito," clap, clap. "And I'm off to the school for perritos," clap, clap, "because I've got a good hunch that I'm going to have lunch with a grand old bunch of puchitos," clap, clap. So he thinks he's going to school with perritos. What are perritos? Yeah, dogs. He wants to be a dog, this crazy Siamese cat. He's so cute. Just across the hall, Mama Junebug Jones and the girls were doing a little homework of their own. "Listen here, missies," said Mama. "How are you supposed to clean your kitty condo without your ladder?" See, look, there's their kitty condo. Oh, where's their ladder? Do you remember where their ladder is? Skippy took it. "Skippy John Jones has it," said the sisters. "What for?" asked Mama. "So he can see in the chihuahua, the mirror." The chihuahua, however, was already in his closet, boarding a bus for school. Oh my goodness. But the Kitty Boy wasn't the only chihuahua on board. His old amigos, los chimichangos, were going to school too. "Thank dog you made it, dude," exclaimed Don Diego, the biggest of the small ones. "Si, Scapito," panted Popito Tito, the smallest of the small ones. "We need your help con el bolito." "And without a doubtito," declared Scapito. "But why do you need my help with the bully?" "Because he is pero mezquino," declared Don Diego, "who baranas around the escuela in a tazalita." "He spins around the school in a tiny teacup?" exclaimed the Kitty Boy in shock. "See, dude," said Don Diego. "He growls and howls and wears a suerte de lana también." "Not the wool sweater," said Scapito. Uh-oh, agreed Poquito Tito, trembling. He is a woolly bully. Do you get that? A woolly bully? Because the bully is wearing a wool sweater. He called him a woolly bully. How silly is that? There wasn't a dog worth his biscuits who didn't fear the woolly bully. So it wasn't a surprise when a potent puff of panic poofed out of the gatito's tail. And all that puffiness inspired the Puchitos to sing, "Oh, puffery, pufferoo, pufferito, we know you can do it, Scapito. Let's unravel his sweater and knit something better. We'll show that old woolly bullito." But there was no turning back now. Those doggies had arrived at school. A moment later, the principal, a poodle with very high standards, appeared with a bucket of balls and a whistle. First, she blew. Then she threw. "Go fetch!" barked Mrs. Begalot. Then every dog, big and small, chased a ball down the hall and into their classrooms, except for Scapito. He got carried along by a river of rovers and landed in art class where he drew his best ever double doggy doodle. "I've never seen a pup do that before," said Miss Houndler, the art teacher. Then he trotted over to the music room and bayed like a beagle for the canine chorus. "Bow wow," woofed Mr. Muzzletuff. "What a pair of ears." Now let's remember about Scapito. Skippy John Jones, is he a dog? He's a Siamese cat who thinks he's a Chihuahua. After music came math, where Skippy stunned Mrs. McDrueler with his counting skills. 2, 3, 5, 7, 11. What do you think about his counting skills? At the bell, the amigos followed their noses into the library. Not even a bowl full of frijoles smelled as delicious as the scent of books waiting to be read. I can make a connection here. I love the smell of real books. I love reading books. "I like libros," declared El Scapito Fresquito, the great readerito. I love the way the author does that and adds the ito to the ends of things. And I want to be a great readerito. How about you? What do you think that means, a great readerito? A great reader, right? It's a fun, silly way of saying being a great reader. So the great readerito. "I like books too," whispered Leonora Lapsitter, the librarian, from behind the bookcase. The kitty boy was the last to leave the library, so he had to race right over to French class with Monsieur Fusé. "Can you say cheese?" asked the teacher. "Oui, oui," said the poodles. "Fromage." "Si, si," said Scopito. "Queso?" "Queso cabeza?" shout the chimichangos from the rear of the room. "I'm not a cheesehead, chimichangos," chuckled Gatito. "I'm a Chihuahua." The poodles were tickled pink to have Los Puchitos in class with them, and Los Puchitos wanted to share what they had learned with their amigo. An amigo is friend. Zizi Puppy sang, "Como si, come sa, como sito." We have zooming to tell you, Scopito. When the poodles say we, they really mean si. So don't look for a red hydrant ito. After French, Los Muchachos took a pass on obedience class, deciding instead to nap inside the warm case with the golden trofeos. "I'm not good at following rules," confessed Kitty Boy. "What dog is, dude?" quiped Don Diego. But just then, the gatita heard a gut-gurgling growl that shook the entire escuela, perhaps the whole planeta. Holy heartburn, hollered Scapito. That was my tummy. No, that is the bellow of the woolly bolito, said Poquito Tito with his shiverito. Remember the woolly? Uh-oh, I wonder if he's back. The woolly bully. The gruesome grumble grew louder, and along with it came the rattle and clink of the terrible Tazalita. It was spinning wildly right under his nose, circling like a polka-dotted shark. And if you can see the illustration, it looks like the teacup. It's spinning, 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 and coming down the hallway to right here. "Andale!" declared Don Diego. "Get out your duds, dude!" But Scapito was too frozen with fear to unpack his mochila, so his amigos did it for him, helping to change their chico into El Scapito Fresquito, complete with mask, cape, and bandana. "Why the plátano, dude?" asked Pintolito. "It's my snackito," replied the gatito. "Will you share it with me, Tito?" "Yes, indeedo," agreed Scapito. "What's the plátano?" And a lot of my friends from my class, a banana. Then woof, chuckalacka, woof, chuckalacka. Every doggy leaped out of the case and latched onto the turbocharged Taza. This caused the cup to spin wildly out of control, some of the chicos just hanging on by their tail. "Estoy mareado," cried Scapito. "You are not dizzy, dude. You're green," yipped the doggies. Oh, let's stop and think here for a minute. We can use our inference here and figure out what the author's trying to tell us. He's green. Why is he green? The clue that the author gave us is that he was dizzy and green. Why would he be green? How do you think he's feeling right now? Hi, Savannah. Yeah, he's feeling sick. The author doesn't say he feels sick, but he shows us, the author and illustrator show us together. He's green and he's dizzy. So we can use our inference skill and know that he's feeling sick. The whirling dervish of a dog-filled teacup and a mean path of destruction passed the principal's office, and they spun right on into the lunch bunch like a bowling ball. "Strikeito!" shouted the pochitos. And strike it did. Smash, crackle, and pop! The twirling Tazalita crashed right into a table and broke apart, exposing the ferocious Fuzzy for what he really was. Oh, do you think this is the woolly bully? He was a teeny tiny, itsy bitsy, wool-wearing teacup chihuahua. Itty bitty. Doesn't sound like much of a bully to me. Let's find out. "Dude," declared Scapito, "you're no bigger than a bugito." But the bugito's only reply was a gut-gurgling growl greater than the hounds had ever heard before. "Is that your tummy?" asked Scapito. "Sí," replied the bolito. "Tengo mucho hambre." "I'm hungry too," agreed the gatito. "But you can have my plátano." Aw, he wants to give him his banana. This act of kindness made the chimichangos pull out their jump rope right in the middle of the mess. Peanut butter and jelly buttons, chunky cherry pits. The woolly bully's taza has broken into bits. Wiggle, waggle, wiggle, waggle. Jelly on the toast. He's not a woolly bully. He's just hungrier than most. So they think he's not a bully now. He's just hungry. Just then, Mrs. Bagalot stomped into the lunchroom. "I smell a cat," she bellowed. "That cat better scat." Who's the cat? Did you say Skippy? Yeah, remember Skippy thinks he's a chihuahua, but he's really a Siamese cat. Then out came the whistle. First she blew, then she threw a bright yellow ball down the hall, which every dog, big and small, began to chase, except for Scapito. He wasn't chasing the ball. He was running for his life. Show me how you would run for your life. Go ahead. Run for your life. First, Skippy tripped. Then he slipped on the banana peel and slid straight out of the closet. Slipped on the banana. There he goes, slipping on the banana peel. And back into the arms of his mama, Junebug Jones. What in the woolly white willies have you been up to, Mr. Whistle Whiskers? Asked Mama. He broke my teacup, whined Jilly Boo. And he ate my banana, complained Jezebel. That's 'cause he went to school with the Chihuahuas, explained Jujubee. Later that night, after every fuzzy fell asleep, the kitty boy was good for one last bounce. Oh, I'm Skippy John Jones, and I couldn't say it better. A dog is not a bully just because he wears a sweater. Awesome. He bounced over to his mama and gave her a beso. A kiss she felt straight through the layers of her quilt. Good night, my little dipper, said the very sleepy mama. Good night, Mama, said the very sleepy kitten. So were you able to figure out what the problem was in this story and how the problem was solved? What was the problem that Skippy and the perritos had, the dogs had in this story? So you can drop a comment and tell me what you think the problem in the story was. There's another fun thing that the author did in this book, alliteration. So you can take all words that start with the same sound and make like a silly sentence. So like, for example, I could use my first name and I could say, Marvelous Megan makes macaroni. That's a silly sentence, right? Marvelous Megan makes macaroni. You can do that. You can take your name and make a silly sentence. I would love to hear your silly sentences that all the words start with the same sound. Mine was, Marvelous Megan makes macaroni. On the moon. Ooh, I can add that too. So you can use alliteration and you can make a silly sentence. Also drop a note about what you think the problem and the solution were in our story today. I'm so happy you were all here to join me again. Don't forget to do your problem of the day. And for my class, I want to make sure that you got my dojo message. We are going to meet up on Zoom face-to-face today. So at 2 o'clock, we're going to have a Zoom meeting. Hopefully you guys can hook up with Zoom. It works on your cell phones. Almost everyone's cell phone has a camera in it, so it'll probably be the easiest way. And bring something you'd like to share with us, something small like a show and tell to our Zoom meeting today. I can't wait to see your faces and hear your beautiful voices. Thank you for those near and far that have joined in with us. We're on our second week of remote learning. I'm sure we're going to add and change things as we go. Some of you that were with us this morning, you got to check out Conti Fit this morning and got to do some live exercise with her. She's going to be doing that every day at 10, so you can exercise. I think today she taught kids about kickboxing. How cool is that? So thank you again for joining us. I hope everyone has a marvelous day. My kids, keep working on your RAS books and your ST Math and everyday math activities. And exciting news, I was able to get our Magic Treehouse book that we're on. I didn't have it at first at home with me, so I will pre-record some of those chapters and put them on our dojo. I will not be doing a public reading of those. They're going to have to be private. So I will send those to you guys, those links, and thank you everyone for being here with us today. I'm so happy to see you. See you tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. for those who are not in my class. For everyone in my class, I will see you at 2 p.m. for our Zoom meeting, and I will be on my cell phone. And hopefully you guys will be on your cell phone. If you have a camera on your laptop or tablet, we can meet that way too. So I hope to see you all very soon. Enjoy the rest of this day, and don't be afraid to try something new. See you tomorrow, 9 a.m. Bye.